everyone and welcome back. In today's video I'm going to be talking about decorating sketchbooks, and I'm going to be sharing 5 ideas for decorating your sketchbooks. So if you're looking for some inspiration and you'd like to decorate the blank covers of your sketchbooks, then I hope this video will be helpful. So to start with, I've just grabbed a bunch of my different sketchbooks which I'm going to decorate in today's video. So the first idea for decorating is probably the most simple, and this is just to use stickers. And stickers are so easy to get. They come in hundreds of different shapes and sizes. You can buy them individually, you can buy them as sticker sheets, and stickers are available pretty much everywhere. I personally like these scrapbooking sticker sheets, and if you really love stickers and you haven't seen these, then these are definitely worth having a look at, because if you get stickers from a scrapbooking or a card making section of the art shop or craft store, the scrapbooking stickers are acid free, they're really resistant, and they come in these lovely big 12 by 12 inch sheets. They're very high quality and you get loads of them. So I particularly like buying these scrapbooking sticker sheets, and as well as that you can also get your own stickers printed at places like Society 6 or Redbubble. You can also buy sticker paper. You can get sticker paper or printable vinyl. You can find both of those sorts of things on Amazon normally, and you could colour and print out your own stickers. And here I've just printed out some black and white digital stamps onto some regular just paper, sticker paper, and this is paper that has a sticky side on one side, and I've just coloured it in using my Copic markers and then cut it out. So there are lots of different ways that you can find and make your own stickers, and it's a really nice way of adding a little bit of decoration to your sketchbook really easily. If you make your own stickers and you're worried about them not being very durable, then you can use a little bit of varnish or sealant to go over the top of them, and that will seal in the colours and make them more resistant. And you can also get vinyl, sheets of coloured vinyl that you can make stickers from as well, and I have a tutorial on how I made these ones here. So lots of options for stickers, and they're a really easable and affordable way to decorate your sketchbook. Now this next way is to do a collage, and this is excellent if you have lots of scraps of paper left over from other projects. So here I've got my new art journal, and I'm just going to start off by ripping my paper into pieces. Now when I'm doing a collaged cover, I don't do any planning. There's no real plan or any reason why I'm making some pieces bigger than others. I'm just sort of tearing pieces, and I don't want it to have a uniform look. So I'm just sort of tearing bits of the paper, and I'm putting down a layer of the collage glue, and then I'm layering the glue all over the top. And when you're collaging, I found that that's one of the best ways to get the paper on and to get it properly glued down, is you put a layer of glue on the surface. You can also put a layer of glue on the back side of your paper. I didn't find it necessary here, but sometimes you might want to do that. And the important thing is to put a layer of the glue all over the top of the papers, and that way you won't get any corners sticking up, and the glue does dry completely clear. I'm using the collage glue from Ranger here, and that will make a lovely flat cover and nothing will come up. And I've been using this art journal quite a bit recently, and the cover is holding up fine because the glue sort of seals the papers as well as gluing them down. So here I've just got a load of scrap papers. I've tried to keep the colours sort of similar, and I've also grabbed a journal card, and I'm using a couple of my new little collage cards that are in my shop at the moment, and I'm just sort of cutting out some little elements, and you can just keep going, layering up papers and collage as much as you want. So you could use scrapbooking papers, you could use newspapers, magazine cutouts, you could even photocopy and use your own artwork. So photocopy some of your own pictures and then print them out and then cut them up and glue them all over your sketchbooks or journals. But making a collage looks really pretty, and it's a really nice way of using up bits of paper and to make a colourful cover. So this next idea is to use patterned paper. And I particularly like to do this on these black sketchbooks. I'm not a big fan of black sketchbooks. I like things to be more colourful. And you don't, of course, have to decorate your sketchbooks, but these are just some ideas if you want to. And what I'm doing here is I've made a note of the size of this hardback sketchbook, and I'm just trimming down my paper to fit the covers. Now, because of the way the sketchbook is bound, I can't wrap the paper all the way round. So I'm just cutting 2 panels for the front front and the back covers, and then a panel for the spine. So there will be a little bit of black showing through, but that's because of the way the book is bound, I can't wrap it all the way round. And this is also nice if you like to buy plain covered notebooks. You can always pick up some pattern paper. I'm using double-sided scrapbooking paper here, but you could also use wrapping paper is also excellent for doing this with. And you can get whatever notebooks or sketchbooks you want and then just decorate the covers to make them more your own. And I also like to put something on the cover that's really inspiring. So this particular paper here, I love the colours of it, and I find the colours really inspiring, and they also make me really want to work in the sketchbook. One of the reasons I do decorate my sketchbooks is I often find that the black covers are really uninspiring and they don't motivate me to work in the book very much, so I like to spend a little bit of time just decorating the covers. So now I'm just adding a layer of varnish to the cover. Now the colours on the scrapbooking papers won't run, but if you are concerned about running colours, or you just want to add an extra layer of protection because sketchbooks and notebooks are carried around a lot, so I like to add a little bit layer of this gloss, water-based gloss varnish, just to seal the whole thing in. So there's the sketchbook all decorated, and I loved this piece of paper and I love how the cover looks. And if you're looking for scrapbooking or pattern paper, you can go to the scrapbooking store and just buy individual sheets. You don't have to buy a big pack. You can just pick out the one design that you love and use it to decorate your sketchbook, or wrapping paper, newspaper, magazines, whatever inspires you really. So for this next sketchbook, I'm going to decorate the cover with acrylic paint. And this is an option I really like to do on these black sketchbooks because they have these thick, they're not leather covers, but they have a sort of a leathery texture to them. They're hard backed, and they're a really nice surface to paint on. So what I'm doing first is I want to get rid of all the black, and I want to give this a coat of this nice pale aqua blue colour. And because it's black, I need to layer up the paint. So I did one layer, let it dry, did another layer, let it dry. In the end, I did 3 layers of this blue colour in order to get a nice flat matte blue. And just by colouring it, that's a lovely way, just with a coat of acrylic paint, to get the entire cover looking different. And now I'm going in with some pink and some white and some yellow, and I'm just going to add a few little flowers. Now at this point, you could draw whatever you like on the cover of your sketchbooks. I know that I've seen other artists do sort of galaxy covers on their black sketchbooks, which look really nice as well, but you could draw some fan art, you could draw out a pattern, you could draw out character, you could just draw your name on the cover. And also I think if you were giving a sketchbook as a gift, then decorating, acrylic painting the cover would be a lovely way to customize the sketchbook for whoever you're giving it to. And especially with the holidays coming up soon, that might be quite a nice gift idea if any of you are looking for a gift idea to give to a friend. And I'm just sort of adding in some little dots and details. I didn't want to add too much to this cover, as I wanted it to be mostly blue, but I'm just adding a few little flourishes really at the top. And you can use any acrylic paint for this. I'll leave a list of all the supplies that I used in the description box below if you're interested, but any acrylic paint will work for this. And you can also, after you've used your acrylic paint, you can go ahead and varnish the whole thing. I didn't on my one because the paint that I'm using is waterproof and permanent when dry anyway, but you can always varnish that as well. So for this last idea, I'm going to be using the Posca paint pens to decorate the covers of a couple of different sketchbooks, starting first with this craft coloured sketchbook, and then I'll show you how they looked on a black hardcover sketchbook as well. And the acrylic paint pens are filled with acrylic paint, these Posca pens are. So this is similar to just acrylic painting on the sketchbook cover, except they're in a pen form, so they're easier to control. The Posca paint pens work really nicely for decorating the covers of sketchbooks. They will, however, work a little differently depending on the surface texture of your sketchbook. Now with this particular craft coloured sketchbook here, the pens and the paint is absorbing into the paper, so they're not going to move, they're not going to run or smear really. However, when I drew the pens on the black hardcover sketchbook, I found that they came off very easily. They weren't permanent at all on it. And I tried to brush a layer of varnish over the black covered sketchbook, and it ended up smearing some of the pens. So if you have some paint pens and you want to decorate your sketchbook, I would definitely advise getting a spray fixative or a spray varnish and spraying it outside in the air, but fixing it that way and not using a brush and the paint type varnish, because you will end up smearing your pens if you're working on a sketchbook that has a very smooth cover to it. And another thing that you can do on craft notebooks or paper covered sketchbooks, is to use coloured pencils, and I think that the combination of the paint pen and the coloured pencils work really nicely, and on a craft colour the coloured pencils pop really well. So this is another little idea that you can use to decorate the covers of your notebook, and this also makes a nice gift idea as well. If you want to give someone some little craft coloured notebooks or sketchbooks, then you can go ahead and do a little doodle for them, or design a little pattern cover for them, which I think would be really nice and a very nice way of making the notebook entirely your own. And I also did one on the back as well. So that's doodling with the paint pens and coloured pencils on craft coloured notebooks. The pencils work really well on the craft cover, so that's a really good option. Now this is the black sketchbook I was telling you about, and the pens looked gorgeous on the black. I really loved how this looked, and I glossed it with I put a layer of the gloss varnish on it, but it did smear in a couple of places. However, once the varnish is dry, the pens aren't coming off at all, but I can see where it's smeared a little bit in the corners. So if you're going to put your Posca pens onto a smooth, non-absorbent cover, then please use a spray varnish and do it outside, and that way the pens won't move afterwards. So these are the different sketchbook covers. Which one do you like best? Decorating sketchbooks, of course, is entirely optional. You don't have to. Lots of people like the black covers. Just for me, I find the black covers and plain covers a little bit uninspiring, so I like to really make my sketchbooks my own on the outside as well as the inside and decorate them. And here are just a few of the ways that I decorate my sketchbook. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave a comment down below and let me know which of these you liked best. And I hope you all have a wonderful creative week, and I will see you next time.